What's up, guys? So, Black Desert Online has received a lot of feedback, and we've got a diary from the community manager here, uh, Belzazars, and there's a ton of great changes, and it appears like that they are listening to everything that the community is really, toning down on, asking for, demanding, and trying to make this a better game and just really appealing, it looks like, to the disgruntled Arc Age players that are out there. So, great sense of humor here as well. So, I received plenty of feedback, some nice little things. And he says, challenge accepted. We'll get into it. So, first off, there is closed beta 2 coming up in Q1 of 2016. They don't have the actual date yet. So the next event starts in January, not the closed beta 2 tests, but there's something going to happen in January. One of the big changes they talked about is party play revamp. So unfortunately, it felt like in Black Desert that the game was a single player oriented game, mainly due to the fact that EXP share was really not there. You can see here, players in party, it would split down evenly, breaking down, meaning there's really no reason to party up with other players. You don't get any EXP bonus. And if you're actually partying up with a lower level player, the EXP will be nerfed because it's going to go based on the low level player's level. And it's not a good experience. So that was the old system. The new system, as you can see here, partying, you actually gain a significant amount of EXP based on members in the party. So if you have a party of 5, we don't know where this caps out at, but if you have a party of 5 here, you're going to get a total overall experience of 250 experience points shared between those 5 characters. Everyone is going to get a 50% EXP amount versus the old one was you get 20% because, party of 5 divided by 5, basic math there. So a huge EXP boost for partying up now, which means when you party up, you're obviously going to kill mobs a lot faster. So granted, you're not getting the full EXP, you're not getting 100% EXP for killing it, but you have 5 players in your party, which means in theory you should be killing the mobs 5 times as fast, which should dramatically increase the leveling and the EXP that you're actually gaining. Huge change. This is kind of like a change that should have been a no-brainer for any MMORPG, is that you need to have party play incentives. There needs to be more EXP for party playing, and just it makes a better game. It makes it for that massive multiplayer game. The other thing is field bosses. They touched upon the world bosses, how there's actually a need for party play. These raid bosses in the closed beta 1 needed around 40 people to kill. Which is still kind of small actually for raid bosses in MMOs, but they say it's gonna be easier once you get geared up. It's gonna only take 10 to 30 people to kill them, which I don't know if people are really gonna be happy about that or not. I do realize that a lot of people wanted raid bosses that take multiple groups of players, lots of people that teamwork, cooperative, something that can be killed by 10 to 30 players. Probably as players get better and more efficient with the game and the systems in check, and the skills of the monster, the raid boss, you probably see a party of like 3 or 4 people be able to down that boss. And I don't think that's what people really want. I think people want really high in challenges that take multiple groups of players to fight over. So, I don't know, we'll see. But this overall is a great change, move in the right direction, of course. And then the last one is the biggest change that is going to be just a godsend to old Arc Age players. They are not going to sell like workers' compensation or energy potions in their cash shop, they are saying. So, unlike Arc Age, where they sold workers' compensation and everything is labor tied, this is not going to be the case. In the career version, they're doing a process requires energy, especially at the lower levels. This may slow you down more than you might enjoy. This feature is part of controlling mechanism to prevent marketplace to be overflooded with certain items, hence destroying the actual benefit from using the feature in the first place to partially slow down the progression and benefit of the game's longevity. Overall, I don't know, I'm not really a big fan of the energy system, but they did say that they're going to allow you to store your energy that you haven't been using potentially sell it to other players in the marketplace. That's a really, really cool feature. So if you end up capping out your energy and you're just like, I don't have time to play, you can store it potentially and sell it to other players. So this is a nice system. We still have to see how it actually works out in actuality. There's obviously the factor that if they don't make enough money, they will end up selling energy potions on the cash shop, and that's always a big fear of a lot of players. But right now, they're saying the right things to get people interested and motivated and hyped about Black Desert Online. So we'll have to see how things go in the next couple of weeks/months right before launch. They don't have a launch date yet, so that is going to be a big thing. Probably with how the progression is going, you're probably looking at a launch date of around in like June, so about 4 or 5 months from now, I would assume.